Okay.
Starting at the top of this page.
Yes.
Okay. It's in the middle of a sentence. I'll start the sentence. Und nicht bloß haben Tate Mama gestraft derfar, was ich läuf herum mit die ärgste Jünglich und bring damit Besjönes auf sich und auf Tate Mama, nur reich fremde Jiden haben mich gemussert. Not only did Daddy and Mommy punish me for this, that I'm running around with the worst kids, and I'm bringing shame upon myself and upon them. But also, other people were scolding me. Shane Pfarrer sei Jingel, hat man geteinet. Wachste Tachshit, Sheila Kuttner. It's really nice that a rabbi's kid, they would complain, is growing into such a jewel. And they called him Sheila Kuttner. Sheila is his name, Yeshayahu. Mein Vater hat vielleicht betrachtet meine zerflammte Backen, durch welches ganze Blut hat rausgeguckt. My father would notice my flaming cheeks, through which all of my blood was peeking. He was blushing, he was red-cheeked. Und hat bei kein Eufen nicht gekonnt verstehen, von wannen es nimmt sich zu ihm, a Sohn, und eine von deures Rabbonim, Mechabrim und Tzadikim, Azai Yoirish. And he could in no means understand from where he had acquired, he being a son and a grandson of generations of rabbis, authors, righteous folks, how he could have gotten such an heir. Rachmana litzlan, der Jung hat gar kein Surah nicht von kein Yid. God preserve us. This kid doesn't even have the appearance of a Jewish kid. It's like der Zogan Sidra Mammon. He used to tell Mommy, cook him on, der Esav. Just look at him, this Esau.
Esau.
Okay. You want to continue some more?
Sure.
This was very short one.
All right, so but new chapter now.
Yeah.
A Deutsch macht an Alilas Dam und es schmeißt ihm leben Bod für ganz Kohl in die Augen. So a Deutsch usually means a Jew dressed in modern clothing and makes an Alilas Dam. That's a blood accusation.
In this case, Raphael, in this case, it's not. It's a richtige Deutsch.
Okay, an actual German.
German, yeah.
Okay, I haven't read ahead, so I don't
It's
know.
a Swabian. It's a Swabian
Okay.
group of German-speaking peasants who lived in that area.
Okay. So he makes an accusation of blood. This is usually the accusation that Jews use blood for matzahs. And they beat him up near the bathhouse in front of the entire congregation. Okay. Wie kleine Teichlich, was Sommer seinen sie flach, nicht unsävdig, trickenen a viele Eis in die große Hitzen. Nur zu Frühling werden sie plötzlich angeschwollen, verwandeln sich in stürmische Teichen, was reißen auf Brücken und verfleizen Dörfer. Like small streams that are in the summertime, they are flat, not particularly impressive, and they even get dry in the big heat, in the greatest heat of the summer. But springtime, they are suddenly swollen and they turn into stormy rivers, which push away, which reißen auf Brücken. They go over their bounds and they flood the villages. Azoyes gewinnt das kleine Städtele Lenschin. That's how this small town Lenschin was. Was vielleicht lang Dremlin in Langweiligkeit, which used to, for a long time, just be sleepy in boredom. und in Monotonia and in monotony. This is hat plötzlich aufgerissen mit der Knack, until suddenly it woke up with a sound. Dem samen ersten Tummel in Stettele, gedenk ich, haben wir gehabt mit den Alila Stam. The very first commotion in this town, as I remember, we had because of a blood accusation. Versteht sich, als is ausgefallen vor Pesach. Of course, it happened right before Pesach. Wenn der Saison is gewähnt für die Sachen, when that's the season for such things. Ungeheuben hatte sich zu lieb der Mikveh, and it all began because of the mikveh. Right, someone
Thank
else
you.
is starting.
We'll go back for another round if necessary.
May I ask
Okay.
a question?
Yeah,
Yeah, you said that the word for blood accusation is alila dom, right?
Alilas Dam.
Alila stam.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah. The blood libel. Okay, Yankov, you want to continue?
Right. In a schönem Tag zwischen Purim und Pesach hat der Beder a hinkendicke Jid, was hat geheißen mit dem modernen Namen Ever, eingeheizt die Mikve. So one day between Purim and Pesach, the bathhouse man, a limping Jew who had a strange name, the strange name of Ever, he heated the water in the mikveh. Weil a Weibel hat gedacht gehen Twila, because a young woman needed to go and immerse herself in the mikveh. Mit amol hat das Feuer sich herausgehabt von oben und die Mikveh hat genommen brennen. Suddenly, the fire spread from the oven and the mikveh began to burn. Reb Ever hat darüber genommen Scheppen Emmers Wasser von der Mikveh und geloschen die Streife. Eider die sie verspreit sich. So Reb Ever, for that reason, Reb Evers quickly took buckets of water from the mikveh and wanted to quell the fire before it spread further. Also wie hat zu viel Wasser ausgeschöpft von der Mikveh, hat umgegossen ihr Anderwasser von schreinischen, stehendicken Sump. So since he had used such a lot of water, he had removed it from the mikveh, he poured into the mikveh other water from the nearby swamp, which a stagnant swamp, in welchen Katschkes pflegen sich teuvelen. And in this stagnant swamp, ducks used to swim. Wenn mein Vater hat sich zu morgens der Wust davon, hat geäußert die Mikveh, weil in der ausgeschöpfte Mikveh ist nicht geblieben genug quellendig Wasser. So when my father, the next day when my father came to know about this, he banned the use of the mikveh because there wasn't sufficient water didn't remain fresh Maim Chaim, fresh water didn't remain in the mikveh. Und das hereingegossene Sumpfwasser ist nicht kosher. And the swamp water that was poured in was in any event not kosher. As Weiber sollen gehen darin Twila. It was not kosher for women to immerse themselves in it. Was es ist geworden mit dem Weibel, was hat sich geteufelt was hat sich geteufelt in der nicht koschere Mikve, weiß ich nicht. What happened to the woman who immersed herself in this non-kosher mikveh? I don't know what happened with her. Ich bin noch gewähnt zu jung zu wissen wegen solcher Sachen. I was too young to know about this kind of thing. Aber ich weiß ja, als man hat gedacht, ausschöpfen die Mikve. But I do know that they had to empty out the mikveh. In ein Wind hat man schön gelegt an neue Podloge. In ein Wegs hat man schön gelegt an neue Podloge auf den Boden von der Mikveh. In one way, they play.
Okay, I found it that in Einwegs it's like at the same time.
At the same time, okay.
Yeah.
At the same time, they put down a new floor in the bathhouse of the mikveh. Was sonst es ist dort vorgekommen mit der Mikve, weiß ich nicht. Aber ich weiß, als man hat sie gemusst kascheren und das Kascheren hat verlangt, als man soll reingießen in ihr Milch. What exactly happened with the mikveh, I don't know what exactly happened with the mikveh, but I do know that in order to kasher the mikveh, they needed to pour in milk into it. Also wie die Kie in Städtel seinen in der Zeit meistens gewinnt kelbig und kein Milch nicht gewinnt. So since in the shtetl the cows were none of the cows were had calves, and there was no milk to be had. They didn't give any milk. Hat man gemusst kaufen bei schreinische Poerim immers Milch zu kaschern die Mikve. And for that reason, they had to buy from the neighboring peasants buckets of milk to kasher the mikveh. Das hat bei die Goyim gerufen Grace Chiddush. The Goyim around from the surrounding towns, it surprised them greatly. Wenn die Mikve ist schön gewesen kosher, hat man sie euch schon ein bisschen übergefarbt. So once the mikveh had been kashered, they also painted it a bit. Und abgeschmiert mit roter Farbe, also als die Schkotzim und die Chederingler soll nicht können sehen durch die Scheiben wie Weiber gehen willen.
Thank you, Yanke. Baruch habo. Also,
Madam.
okay. Susan,
Okay, can I just translate?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So they painted the mikveh, and they smeared red paint so that the Shkotzim, the Gentiles, and the Cheder English couldn't see through the panes of glass while the women were immersing themselves.
Okay, thank you. Susan,
Zu derselber Zeit hat man ungeheben backen Matzes bei Haskell Becker. At the same time, they began baking matzahs by the baker Haskell. Und so wie die Hasidim in Städtel haben gewollt nutzen vor dem Pesachischen Mehl mit Maim Shelanu, and because the Hasidim in the Städtel wanted to use for the Pesach dough, Mayim Shalanu. And that's, I read that water left in a container and used to knead matzahs for Pesach, special water. Dus heißt, Azavasser, was man schept noch dem, wie die Sonne geht unter. Oh, it's water which you pick up after the sun goes down. Haben sie eingespannt auf Pferd und Wägele, a raufgelegt a pesachige Fessel, so they got ready a horse and wagon. They put on it a Pesach Fessel container, der Rauf, und rausgefahren zum neunsten Läufendicke Teich, and they took it to the nearest flowing water, und ungeschöpft Wasser darin, and put that water in it. Geführt hat man das heilige Wasser mit groß Pumpe. They brought back that holy water with a lot of pump. Das Fessel is gewesen eingehielt in pesachige Tischtucher. The container was wrapped in Pesachdik tablecloths. Und man ist noch gegangen, nachdem mit groß Feierlichkeit, and they walked after it with great piety or veneration. Etliche Goyim haben noch geguckt mit groß Chiddush. The Goyim looked at it with great surprise. Ot die Yiddische Zeremonia, at that Jewish ceremony. Zwischen die Goyim, was haben sich gedreht zwischen die Jiden, among the Goyim that were hanging around with the Jews, seinen gewähnt die zwei Schwabenbrüder, were the two brothers, the Schwabian brothers. Schmidt, their name was Schmidt. Arme Deutschen von zwischen die deutsche Kolonisten. They were poor German from the German colony. Was haben gewohnt in unser Gegend, who they lived in our neighborhood. Zwischen die zwei Brüder Schmidt pflegt umgehen a große Konkurrenz. Between the two Schmidt brothers, there was a big contest going on. Über dem Pasten von a Shabbosgoy. about who would be the Shabbos guy. Jeder von sie hat gewollt tun die Arbeit. Each one of the two wanted to do the work von Arupnemen die Leichter, to take down the candles, einhitzen dem Oven, heat up the oven, wie euch unzuhacken Hals, and also to chop wood in Balabatische Jidenhäuser, in the Balabatish Jewish homes. That would be the people wealthy enough to. Aber der ältere Bruder Schmidt, a goy, a Ries, but the older Schmidt brother, a goy, a giant, mit a Fuß, mit a Fuß, oh sorry, mit a Fuß was is by ihm Tomit gewein ungeschwollen. We had one of his feet was always, one of his feet was always swollen via bark, like swollen as big as a mountain. Hat verhabt alle jüdische Häuser. He got all the Jewish houses. Und dem jüngere Bruder seinem nicht zugelost kein Groschen, and he didn't allow his younger brother even one Groschen Verdienst to be able to earn. Jeden haben besser genommen dem älteren Schmidt. The Jews prefer to use the older Smith brother, while hat nicht mehr gerät Schwabisch, because he didn't speak Swabian anymore. Wie die andere deutsche Kolonisten, as the Swabian colonists did, nor Yiddish mit alle Jiden zugleich. He spoke Yiddish along with all the Jews. Hat euch gekannt alle Jiddische Minhagim. He also knew all the Jewish customs, Yomim Tovim, and about the Yontivs, pflegt afilu machen die Broche, Shakol. And he was even able to make the Broche, Shakol, über jeder Gläsel Bromfen, over every glass of wine, was man hat ihm gegeben, which they would give to him. Hat euch gewusst dem Dien von Jain Nesach. He also knew the law about wine which is made unkosher by a goy touching it or being involved in it. Und pflegt warnen Weiber, and he used to warn the women, sie sollen herupnehmen dem Kiddushwein von Tisch, that they should take the Kiddush wine off the table. Soll nicht Treife machen mit neu, so that he wouldn't make it treif by looking at it. Weiber, behalt dem Wein. Women, cover the wine. Pflegt warnen hinter der Tür. He would warn from behind the door. An arrogate, an uncircumcised one is coming in.
Yeah, thank you, Susan.
Oral.
I think it's an oral with comments. Yeah.
And
Thank you.
Oro, isn't that an uncircumcised?
Yeah, but you said an error.
Oh, what is it?
Oral. Yeah, in Hebrew it's arel with the comments, and Gafid is oral. Yeah. Thank you, Susan. Yeah. Steve, you want to try?
I'll be glad to try, but I am not. I'm pretty certain I'm not at your guys' level. But
I wanted you to hear everybody.
yeah, well,
before you say, yeah. Okay.
It's up to you guys. I mean, I'll be glad to
Okay,
just listen.
let's see. Maybe you can do more than you think you can.
Der jüngere Schmidt hat gehabt Beis Harz auf de Städtelsche
Uh-huh.
Yid. The younger Schmidt had an angry heart about the town's Jews. Was sie nutzen ihm nicht für a Shabbos goy, because they never used him as a Shabbos goy. Und hat darüber genommen verspreiten zwischen de Goyim Geschichte, als die Jiden haben vernarrt
Von now, yeah.
christlich Kind in
In mikveh.
in mikveh.
Steve,
Okay.
you did not prepare for this time, right?
No,
I think that if for next time, if you prepare before, you'll be okay.
okay,
I really do. Okay, thank you.
all right.
Okay, but please come and
Yeah.
study well.
I'm happy
Yeah.
just to listen, really.
And,
Um,
okay, that's good too. But I think that you could read
Okay,
with a little bit of work. Yeah. So I guess it's my turn. Okay. But thank you for trying.
Okay, but we just need to translate what Steve read.
Oh, okay,
Um,
go ahead. I can do that. You, Yankov, you want to do that? Do that, since you said that.
So because he was angry that they didn't use him as the Shabbos goy, and for that reason he began to spread among the goyim a story that the Jews had farnart,
Tricked.
tricked.
Oh,
Okay.
misled.
Okay, a Christian child in the mikveh, and the whole community came together, collected together, together with the Rov. Okay.
That's what, okay. Okay. Thank you. Danke. Der Scheuchet, Rebitsche und dort mit dem Chalev das Kind geschochten und der Bäder Eber hat weggetrogen das Christlach Blut in a Kli zu Haskele Becker, wo man hat es ausgemischt mit Heiligwasser, was man hat speziell geschäbt in Teich und verknoten Matzes. So this is the continuation of the libel, or the story that was made up. So that's what he said, that the slaughterer, that's a ritual slaughterer, Raviche, went there with his knife, with his slaughtering knife, and he slaughtered the child, and that the mikveh person ever carried the Christian blood in a container to the baker Haskele, and there they mixed that blood with holy water that they drew out of the river, and then they baked matzahs with it. Und die Geschichte hat verspreit nicht nur zwischen den Schwaben in die Kolonies, nur euch in die polnische Dörfer. Now, this story he spread not only among his own people, the Germans in the colonies, but also in Polish villages. Die Idee hat sich genommen trocken mit der wilder Gierigkeit von Dorf zu Dorf. This news was being carried, was being spread with great haste from village to village. God ist es geworden, Erev dem christlichen Pesach, wenn die Goyim seinen besonders gewesen aufgehetzt auf die Jiden, verkreuzigen sie ihr Gott und das feuerische Blut hat ungeheuben kochen. The scripture. It was exactly the eve of the Christian Passover, that's Easter, when the Goyim were particularly angry with the Jews for killing their God. And then the blood of the peasants, of the Goyish peasants, started to heat up. Bald haben sich gefunden Edes, Goyes, was haben euch gesehen, wie man hat vernarrt das christliche Kind. Right away, they found witnesses, non-Jewish.
False witnesses. False witnesses.
Okay, thank you. That women witnesses that they too saw how they misled the Christian child. In einem Tag ist Jekeldorfs Geher, ein Jid, was pflegt umgehen über die Dörfer aufkaufen Chaserho, zurückgekommen in Städtlereien mit einem offenen Kopf. So in one day, Jekel, who was called the wanderer around the villages, probably was a salesman that way. He was a Jew who used to go around the villages to buy the hair of pig. So he came back into the shtetl with an open head. Das haben dem Goyim in Weg zurechtgemacht vor dem christlichen Blut. This is what the Goyim on the way fixed, took revenge really, for the Christian blood. Wenn Lebusch Becker ist herausgefahren mit seinem Wagen Bräut in die Dörfer, hat man ihm beworfen mit Steinen. When Lebusch, the baker, went out with his carriage with bread into the villages, they stoned him. They threw stones on him. Reb Itche Scheuchet hat Morgen gehabt, sich zu beweisen in die Dörfer herum, wo jeden Arrendaren haben herausgerufen, Schächten a Kelbel oder an Off. So Reb Itche, the slaughterer, was afraid to show himself in the villages around, where Jews who were like tenant farmers were calling him to slaughter a calf or a chicken, he was afraid to go there to do that because the Jews were being attacked by the Christians. Die Goyim haben gedroht, als auf dem Jarid, was fällt aus vor Pesach, wenn sie kommen mit Schneidmessers und kollen die Jiden, was trinken christliche Blut. So now the Goyim were planning that on the day of the Yarid, the market, the open market, that happens before Passover. They will come with their knives, like and kill the Jews who drink Christian blood. Oy vey. Okay, Rafael, you want to continue? Rafael?
We can't hear you. No, can't hear you.
Rafael, can you continue?
No, can't hear.
Okay. Jeden.
Had this problem, Eder, nog
Okay.
de probleem.
Okay.
Wil berichten, das Problem.
Okay, can you hear me?
Okay.
yet?
Ja, das ist gut.
You can hear me
Okay.
now? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Every so
Uh-huh.
often my microphone cuts out. Okay, if I'm okay, I'll continue.
Okay. Yeah.
Jeden haben
Sure.
gelebt in Großpache. The Jews were living in great fear. By Nacht hat man verhaktieren teuer. At night, they would lock door and gate. Die Chosheва Balabatim seinen Weg zum Poretz, Chrystovsky, suchen Schutz. The most important householders went off to the nobleman, Christovsky, to look for protection. Der Poretz, was is euch gewend der Richter, this nobleman, who also was the judge, hat gelacht von der ganzer Geschichte. He laughed about the entire story. Is gewennen Apokeures. Vielleicht käme nicht gehen in Kirche, und vielleicht sagen die Jeden, als jeder will Geld, nur nicht der Jäusel, weil hat zugenägelt Hand. He was a free thinker. He would never go himself to the church. This is the Poretz, the non-Jewish nobleman. And he used to say to the Jews that everyone wants money, but not little Jesus, because he has nailed up hands. Wie Richter hat euch gewollt wissen, zes fällt bei Emerson von die Christen a Kind. Now, as a judge, he also wanted to know whether any of the Christians was missing a child. Bei keinem hat kein Kind nicht gefällt, but no one was missing a child. Doch haben die Goyim gehalten sich bei Sehers. But still, the non-Jews kept to their opinion, as the Jiden haben gekeilt a christlich Kind, that the Jews must have murdered a Christian child. Die Lage ist gewenne gefährlicher. The situation was quite dangerous. Hat der Reber der Nogid von Stettel, Reb Yeshua Waldhändler, eingespannt sein Britschke in die Porverd. Okay, therefore, the rich Jewish man of the town, Mr. Yehoshua Waldhändler, a forest merchant is his name. That's his occupation. He harnessed his britschke, his carriage, in the Porverd with the two horses, Hat angetan a breite nagidische Burke mit der Capuchon über den Kopf, and he put on a wide rich man's burka, and a burka is some sort of clothing. Burka is a parka, a hooded fur cape, a fur cape mit a capuchon über den Kopf. And a capuchon is a bonnet or a cowl or a hood over his head. Und weggefahren gich kein Sachatchow zum russischen Nachalnik von Stadt. And he quickly traveled to the town Sachatchow, to the Russian official of the town. Soll herabkommen, kein Lenchin. That official should come down to the little town of Lenchin, mit Strajnikis, und beschützen die Jeden von Haman. And he should come with Strajnikis, assistance of some sort.
Police.
Rural police constables. It's a Russian word, Strajnik. Okay, from the city, and he should protect the Jews from the gang. That Hamon means gang.
A mob.
Mob, yeah. I'll read one more paragraph. Der Nachalnik mit der Reuter Bord hat sich nicht geeilt. This official with his red beard, he was in no hurry. Aber Reb Yoshua hat ihm reingerückt a fette Matbea in der Hand, rein, is geworden welcher. But when Rabbi Yehoshua passed him a fat coin into his hand, then he became a little bit soft-hearted. Hat sich gleich aufgesetzt auf Rabbi Yehoshua Britschke. He immediately got himself on to the carriage of Rabbi Yehoshua. Geheißen a zendlich Polizianten aufsetzen sich auf a Wagen, and he ordered a dozen policemen to sit on a wagon. Und gelas sich in Weg, and they went on to and they started out. Angekommen seien sie Erev dem Yarid, and they arrived the day before the market. In Städtel seien schon gewesen versammelt Gruppes Peuren. In the Städtel, there were already gathered together groups of peasants. Der Nachalnik is weg zu der Mikve, bei welcher es hat sich versammelt der Hamon von Goyim. The official went off to the mikveh, at which there was gathered together a gang of Goyim. Euch alle Jiden seien gekommen, also all the Jews arrived. Alle seien gestanden mit abgedeckter Kep, vor dem reutbärtigen Nachalnik. Everyone was standing with uncovered heads in respect for this red-bearded official. Man hat gebracht dem Deutsch Schmidt. They also brought this Swabian Smith, dem Jüngeren, the younger one. Und man hat ihm genommen aus Forschen, and they began to examine him. All right, enough for me.
Okay, thank you. Yankev.
Okay. Der Schwab hat erzählt glattig mit alle Simonim, wie hat allein gesehen, wie hat getrogen an immer mit a reuter Flüssigkeit. So the Swabian casually related with all the details that he himself had seen ever carrying a bucket with a red liquid. Wo ist der Emmer? Hat der Nachalnik gefragt streng. Where is this bucket? The Nachalnik, the Russian official, asked sternly. Das ist lichtige Poretz, hat gesagt. So here it is, illustrious Poretz, nobleman, ever said. brengendig mit sich dem Emmer, was ist gewinn reut von der Farb, mit welcher man hat gefarbt die Scheiben. So ever brought the bucket, which was red with paint, with which they had painted the window panes. Der Nachalnik hat lachendig gewiesen dem Emmer dem Hommen. The Russian
official,
laughingly showed the bucket to the crowd. Peuren, is das Blut die Farbe? Hat gefragt. So, peasants, is this blood or is it paint? He asked. Farb, lichtige Haar, haben die Peuren gesagt. It's paint, illustrious sir, the peasants answered. Velt by Emerson a kind, Peuren? Is a child missing from anybody? Peasants? Hat der Nachalnik weiter gefragt. The Nachalnik asked, further asked, bei keinem nicht lichtige Haar. Nobody is missing a child, illustrious sir. Haben die Peurim geantwortet in a chor. They all answered in unison, like in a choir. Wie azoi hat man gekonnt schechten a Kind, als alle Kinder seinen lebendig und gesund peuren. So how is it possible to slaughter a child when all the children are living and healthy peasants? Hat der Nachalnik gefragt. The Russian official asked. Wir wissen nicht, lichtige Haar. So we don't know. So they said. Haben die Peuren geantwortet, erschrocken. They answered in surprise, in shock. Aber der Schwab Schmidt hat gesagt, als hat allein mit die eigenen Augen gesehen, wie die Juden haben das christliche Kind geschochten in Mikveh. But the Schwab Schmidt said that he had seen with his own eyes that the Jews had slaughtered the Christian child in the mikveh.
Thank you. Susan.
Der Nachalnik hat ungenommen dem langen Daren Deutsch bei die Latzen von ausgewachsen Reckel. So the Nachalnik took the tall, skinny German by the lapels of his oversized vest und ihm durchgeschockelt, and he shook him up. Was hast du gesehen, hintische Sohn? What did you actually see, you son of a dog? Son of a bitch, I guess. When hast du gesehen? When did you see it? Was hast du gesehen? What did you see? Der Goy hat bald genommen stammeln. The guy began to stutter. Der Nachalnik hat ihm erlangt a feierdicken Patsch. The official gave him a hard slap. Von wuss der langer Deutsch hat sich gleich übergekehrt, which from this slap, the thin German was turned over he made a somersault. Passen will ich schneiden von dir. I'm gonna make strips from you, hintersche son of a bitch. As du wirst nicht as du wirst nicht sagen der Emes, if you don't tell the truth. Hat der Nachalnik gedunnert, he thundered. Der Deutsch hat sich herabgelost auf die Knie. The German got down on his knees und genommen schlugen sich mit die Fäusten in Harz, and he began beating himself with a fist on his chest. Ich hab ausgetracht lichtige Haar. I thought I saw it. I imagined it, illustrious sir. Hat gesagt, weinendig, he said, crying. Weil sie geben mir kein Arbeit nicht, because they don't give me any work, the Jiden, those Jews. Als geben sie mein Bruder und ich starb von hunger. They give everything to my brother and I die of hunger. Der Nachalnik hat ausgegleicht die Brust. The official
Stretched.
Stretched out his breast, his chest. Hat gewähnt bedeckt mit Medaillen. On the front of his garment, he was full of medals. In Sibir will ich sich verschicken, verbunten das Volk. I'll send you to Siberia for stirring up the people, hat geschrien, he yelled out. In Keiten wirst du bei mir verfolgt werden. You'll be in chains and you'll rot there. Hintersche son of a bitch. These Strajnikes seinen gestanden, great mit Schreck.
Mit Strick.
Mit Strick. Die Strajnikes seinen gestanden, great mit Strick. They were standing there ready with not wires, with strings. Zu them
Cables.
Canadian dicken Deutsch. To tie up the kneeling German. Aber der Nachalnik hat sie geheißen, weglegen die Strick. But the Nachalnik told him to put away the strings. Arriber legen him, turn him over, dem hintischen Sohn, that son of a bitch, und ihm reinzählen a Tutz Schmitz über den Heulen hinten, and count out a lot of blows on his naked behind. Hat befeuillen die Strajnikes. He said to the constables, der noch kann gehen, and after that you can let him go.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you. I want to read part of this very vivacious scene. Okay. Edem hier oben sich umgeguckt, ist der lange Goy gelegen mit Darren nackten hinten vor dem ganzen Hammer. So before we could even take a look, so this tall Goy was lying with the bear behind, in front of the entire gang. Jesus hat gerufen in Deutsch. Die Strajnikes haben mit Heischek herabgelost die Rappnikes über sein knochigen hinten zählen dich langsam die Schmitz. The policeman dropped the whips with great enthusiasm on his bare behind, counting slowly the beatings. Der Начальник hat zu jeder Schmied zugelegt a Portie Musa. Now the official added to each to each whip a portion of like scolding. Azoi will ich tun mit jedem, was wird bunte, wenn das Volk. This is how what I'll do to anybody that would agitate this nation. Liegensversprechen will spread lies. Oder gewohnt, he warned. Ich verlang, als soll sein Ordnung in mein Euer Poieren. I demand that there will be order in my area.
District.
District, right? Peasants. Koim rieren dich mit die Fies, wackeln dich sich hin und zurück, ist der geschmissene Schwab gegangen heim zu sein gedungener Stub, was hat gehabt bei a Feuer. As he was barely moving with his feet and shaking back and forth. So the beaten German went home to his rented house that he was renting from a peasant. Der Nachalnik hat schon besucht das Besamidrash, die Kromen, zu sehen, ob Reinigkeit wird gehalten in Städten. This is another description here. He also now went to inspect, I guess, what's happening here in the shtetl. He went to visit the Beis Midrash, the study house, the stores, to see if there is cleanliness, if cleanliness is being maintained in the shtetl. Noch kein Mal ist Ländchen nicht gewesen so rein wie das Mal. Never was Ländchen so clean as it was now. Auf Gich haben jeden verdeckt mit das Unreinigkeit herum die Wand. Very quickly, Jews covered with, actually, with earth, with sand, the dirt on the walls. Weiber haben ausgeschalten Gelsam für die Tieren, wo sie pflegen ein ganzes Jahr ausgießen sie ihre Pommeschaften. Women were spreading yellow sand in front of the doors where they, for an entire year, were emptying out the garbage. Aber der Bäder, was ist euch gewinnt, Schames von Beis Midrash, hat zu der Zeit ausgekehrt dem Makom Kodesh, abgeputzt. This is aber the mikveh man who was also the shamus, that's like the in English, the sexton of the study house. He did it in time. He emptied out the Mekom Kodesh, and people Mekom Kodesh. I understand that this is where was like the toilet of the place.
No, the Makom Kodesh is the Beis Medrash, this holy place.
Yeah, but Oisgekert, I'm sorry, he swept.
Swept, yeah.
Oisgekert, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So because you see, in Hebrew we say for Torah we say beta kavod. So I thought that okay, yeah. And so he in time swept the place, and he shined. He was shining at the six candles. That's the menorah. Die verräucherte Lampgläslach, ausgewischt mit der Pole von sein Chaladl. And the smoked out glasses that hold the lamp. He cleaned with the lap of his garment, the lap of his garment. Der Nachalnik hat sich geeilt zu gehen zu Boris Christowski auf Mittag. The official was in a rush to go to that nobleman Christowski for lunch, I guess, or for dinner. Dazu hat Rabbi Joshua Waldhändler ihm nicht abgetrogen auf kein Minut und ihm geschmeichelt in Ponymarein. In addition, that Joshua, the wood merchant,
The lumber merchant.
yeah, thank you, lumber merchant. He did not leave him alone with for 1 second, and he was smiling into his face. Als Simen, als soll sein, gnädig und man wird zu kein den Torah nicht gehen. So he was smiling that he should be merciful, and so that they will not go to a trial. Is given gnädig, der Nachalnik. Yeah, he was gracious, this official. Yeah, he got a matbea, fete matbea, he got money, so he was nice. Okay, Refer.
Now, Raphael has left.
Oh. So